We start our trip to Positano, in Sorrento's main port, Marina Piccola. It's here where we get our boat tickets and begin our seaborne journey. Personally, I prefer this way of getting to Positano over the Amalfi Drive land route. The fresh air and breeze on the deck of a boat is far better, in my opinion, than being stuck on a coach with sheer cliffs beneath you. We take our last look at the port area of Marina Piccola and we are then away on our boat trip. We go around the tip of the Sorrentine Peninsula and enter the Gulf of Salerno. You get some great views of the Amalfi coast and then go past the Ligali Islands. Here you can see these islands behind us. I'll talk more about them and their significance in Greek mythology later on during the return trip. Positano is known as the vertical city due to the buildings being built into the hill. It has also been known as the Golden Mountain due to the abundance of colourful buildings. We're now on the final approach to Positano. People are already taking photos of this magnificent setting. As we arrive, we see the beach, Spiaggia Grande, on our right. If you're staying around the beach after you get off the boat, you don't have the problem of climbing down and then back up the hill to the road. We've already had a glimpse of Positano's spectacular setting, which attracts so many tourists in the footage so far. Here we pan past the yellow-coloured church, Santa Maria Assunta, with its colourful majolica-tiled dome. This church, for many people, is the symbol of Positano and contains the icon of the Black Madonna that was brought from the Byzantine Empire. We make our way off the quayside and towards the cafes, shops and bars that line the seafront. We then make our way up one of the narrow streets that take us up the hill in order to get a better feel for the place. You can see the many shops catering for tourists as we walk. Here, wisteria forms an attractive and fragrant canopy above us, protecting us from the heat of the sun. We find many local stalls selling a variety of arts and crafts items. Here we see an opening that leads to a restaurant before making our way back down to the seafront. As you can see, the beach area of Spiaggia Grande is very pleasant. If you look to the horizon, you can just make out the Ligali Islands that we passed on the way in. From the far side of the beach, you get a pleasant view looking back at Positano as it reaches upwards. We are now back at the pier, getting ready to return to Sorrento. We're now on our return sea journey. On our way in, I mentioned that I would say a little more about the Ligali Islands. These are the islands of the sirens from Greek mythology, and the three islands in the group are called Gallolungo, La Castelluccia and La Rotonda. Legend states that the songs sung by the sirens were so enchanting that they caused crews to sail their ships too close to the islands and end up being shipwrecked. There's a famous account in Homer's Odyssey in which Odysseus, on his way back from the Trojan War and following the advice of the enchantress Circe, got his crew to seal their ears with wax while at the same time getting them to tie him to the ship's mast so that he could listen to their songs in safety. During our own voyage past the islands, there was no singing, and we managed to avoid being shipwrecked. We've now rounded the Sorrentine Peninsula and are back into the Gulf of Naples, heading back to Marina Piccola. As we make our way, we get some great views of Sorrento's attractive fishing village, Marina Grande. Set back slightly between the white and pale orange buildings, you can see the village's own church, Chiesa di Santa Anna, with its small majolica dome. Here, next to the pink building, we can see the Greek gate that is supposedly Sorrento's oldest structure built by the ancient Greeks. As we sail, we can gaze at the magnificent imposing cliffs on which Sorrento is built. The way the hotels are built right on the edge of the cliffs presents quite a contrast with my experiences in England, where the hotels would tend to be set much further back from the cliff's edge. We're now quite close to Marina Piccola, where our journey comes to its end.